It's the Raiders and the Bombers. It's part 3, and this one is a little bit more meaningful as the winner goes on to Spa City next weekend for the 2020 5A State Finals in Hot Springs, Arkansas. Raiders in their visiting black uniforms, Mountain Home in the home whites. Anna Grace Foreman, Alana Eaton at center floor for the opening tap. We're about set to get things underway in the 2020 state semifinals. The Raiders win the opening tap, and we are underway here from Russellville. Glad you're with us on 94.1 FM, streaming online, BobFMJonesboro.com, and through the TuneIn app by searching for KIYS. Alana Eaton spots on the top side triple. That's up and no good. Mountain Home will get the basketball here. The Raiders going to show 2-1-2 full court pressure. Mountain Home in the home whites. Lady Bombers across the chest in blue, outlined in yellow with a blue stripe going along either side of the jersey. Nettleton in the visiting black uniforms. Nettleton across the chest in script with gold and black striping along either side. Mountain Home gets a run-out layup up and no good along the left side of the lane. Scram for the loose ball along the left sideline. It's going to go out of bounds. Last touched by the Lady Raiders or Lady Bombers, I should say, as Travia Woodruff deflected it off the knee of Kate Gilbert. So Nettleton will get it back as Briley Pena to work it across the timeline. 7:30 to go, opening quarter play. Pena around a ball screen. Top side Eaton gives in the corner, right side Woodruff. She launches on a three, no good. Rebound goes down, weak side to Daniels. Daniels backs it out to Alana Eaton, top of the key. Dribbling it out with the right hand. Eaton in the lane, throws it up. It's good. Alana Eaton gets it to go. She rebounds from that three at the top of the key earlier on and scores the Raiders opening points. 2-0 Nettleton here in the state semifinals. 2-2-1, full court pressure being applied by the Raiders. Mountain Home beats the press into the front court. Leah Jackson dribbles it right side. Pena forced her to pick up the bounce. Right side, it goes in the hands of Addison Yates, who's picked up by Daly Dacus. Top of the key in the hands of Gilbert, who's guarded by Wakiria Daniels. Gilbert will hold it at the right hip. 6:45 to go in the opening quarter of play. 2-0, Nettleton with the lead. Gilbert met by a double, give it off right side to Addison Yates. Yates thought about firing a jumper, now leaves on the bounce feed to Leah Jackson in the corner. Back to Yates, trying to go inside, deflected by Dacus, and Woodruff comes away with a steal. Woodruff's first steal of the night. Eaton into the front court, gives in the corner, right side Daniels. Daniels looking to drive the baseline, throws it up in the lane. It's blocked, fight for the loose ball. Travia Woodruff tries to save it from going out, and I'm not so sure Travia didn't touch that last, but they're going to say it's Lady Raider basketball, and the Raiders will happily take that call as they'll be inbounding underneath their own hoops. 6:24 to go, opening quarter of play, 2-0. Nettleton with the lead over Mountain Home. Bounce feed right side, trying to go to Wakiria Daniels. It's deflected by Kate Gilbert along that right block. And it's going to go out of bounds. They'll say last touch by Gilbert as she was going for that deflection. And Nettleton will be inbounding here. Right side, Eaton catches in the corner, guarded by Woodruff. Eaton picks up the bounce from 18 feet away, back out to Woodruff on the right wing. Woodruff into the free throw line, gives to Dacus, top of the key. Swing it left side in the hands of Briley Pena as she dribbles down with the left hand. Pena dribbling with the right hand, top side, guarded by Kate Gilbert. Pena back out to Eaton on the right wing. Eaton tightly guarded, looking to drive the baseline. Back out Pena, top of the key. Spots for three, no good. Rebound goes down to Dacus, right side. Good box out by Dacus. Her first of the night. 2-0 Nettleton, 5:50 to go in the opening quarter of play. Alana Eaton dribbles it out with the left hand. As she goes around a ball screen from Briley Pena. Eaton into the left elbow, pull up jumper, no good. Rebound goes down to Mountain Home. Addison Yates to push into the front court. Yates will give it off left side in the hands of Kate Gilbert. Gilbert in the corner left side to Leah Jackson. Back out to Yates. She spots for three, no good. Briley Pena will watch the ball roll out of bounds in front of the Raider bench, and Nettleton will have it back. 2-0 Nettleton, 5:28 to go in the opening quarter of play. Raiders, the visiting team today by virtue of Mountain Home being on the top side of the bracket. So they're in their visiting blacks, Mountain Home in the home whites. So the Raiders switched ends in terms of bench position here at Russellville today. Right wing Woodruff catches off a feed from Alana Eaton. She dribbles out with the right hand, top of the key. 5:17 to go, opening quarter of play. Eaton runs the baseline, flashes out to get on the right wing, and we're going to have a foul underneath the basket going against the Raiders as they're going to call a foul away from the ball against Mountain Home, or against the Raiders, I should say. I'm going to call a moving screen against Nettleton, still waiting to see who the foul is on. The officials will have to go over to the scores table. They never gave a proper indication, so the scorekeeper buzzed one of the officials over to the scores table to give the number, and They still haven't put it up on the scoreboard as Mountain Home will go against this full court pressure. In the backcourt, Addison Yates will bring it across, get it top of the key to Emma Martin. Martin guarded by Travia Woodruff. She backs it down with the right hand over on the right wing. 4:58 to go, opening quarter of play. Martin dribbles it out left wing against Briley Pena. As Martin shovels it off top of the key to Addison Yates. Yates on a lob inside, right block Gilbert. Sent back by Dacus, but they're going to say Dacus got a little bit of arm as she was going for the block from behind. The Raider fans directly across from us on the other side of the arena not agreeing with the call, but nonetheless, it'll be on Daly Dacus, her first personal. 2-0 Nettleton with 4:48 to go in the opening quarter of play. As Kate Gilbert is at the free throw line, she bends and fires on the opening free throw. It's up and good. 2-1 Nettleton with 4:48 to go in the opening quarter of basketball. Gilbert deep bend at the knees, and we're tied up at 2-all. Here comes Eaton to push across the timeline. Eaton top of the key with the basketball. Dribbles in between the legs as Pena flashes out to get it right wing. Man-to-man defense being applied here for Mountain Home. Pena around a side ball screen from Dacus. Curls into the free throw line. Pena throws it up. High off glass, no good. And Anna Grace Foreman comes down with a rebound for Mountain Home. Bombers will slowly push it across the timeline. Kate Gilbert will initiate the offense into the front court. Free throw line fine goes to Addison Yates. She'll give it off Gilbert. She steps into a jumper along that right elbow and gets it to go off the backboard. 4-2. Nettleton trails it here with 4:11 to go in the opening quarter of play. Woodruff to work it across the timeline with the right hand. And she'll give it off right side to Alana Eaton, who's guarded by Emma Martin. Eaton top of the key, swing it left wing to Daniels. Daniels short corner left side, Woodruff. Woodruff into the free throw line, back out Dacus, who jams with the right foot. Dacus give off to Briley Pena. Pena back to Dacus on the roll down. Dacus throws it up, no good. They're going to call a charging foul going against Daly Dacus, and that was a really bad call. Dacus going to pick up her second personal. Defender never had her feet set. That was Addison Yates, the defender. She never had her feet set, and the Lady Bombers will be inbounding with the length of the floor to go and 3:49 to go in the opening quarter of play. Tally Wofford subs on, averaging 5 points and 3 rebounds this year in place of Daly Dacus, who's in foul trouble with the 2 fouls. Right wing Leah Jackson dribbles into a double team. Got to get it away. Now she'll give it off top of the key to Addison Yates. Yates will go left wing in the hands of Emma Martin. Martin holds it at the left hip with 3:30 to go in the opening quarter of play. Dribbles it out with the right hand now, top of the key as Pena follows her step for step with the man-to-man. Martin picks up the bounce on the right wing. She'll give it off top of the key now in the hands of Kate Gilbert. Gilbert, nothing doing topside. She'll swing it on the left wing. 3 ball up, well short, no good. And the rebound goes down to Briley Pena underneath the basket. Her first of the night. Raiders pushing to the front court. Right side, Eaton catches. Looking to drive the baseline. Pull up jumper, 18 feet away, won't go. But Eaton got knocked to the deck, and she'll be at the free throw line for 2 shots upcoming with 3:07 to go in the opening quarter of play. So Ilana Eaton has all of Nettleton's points. Granted, not that much, so they just have 2 points, 4-2 with 3:07 to go in the opening quarter of play. She's looking to tie us up at the free throw line, and she converts on the opening free throw. An 86% free throw shooter on the year for Ilana Eaton. She's second in the state, first in the 5A conference in field goal or free throw shooting percentage this season. We're going to tie us up at 4-all here, and she does just that. She has all 4 of the Raiders' points, and it's 4-4 with 3:07 to go in the opening quarter of play. 2-2-1 full court pressure being applied by the Raiders. As in the backcourt, Kate Gilbert will get it across the timeline now. Gilbert in the left corner gives it off to Addison Yates. Yates drop off inside to Anna Grace Foreman. Foreman turned around, and she dribbled it out of bounds, and they're going to say Tally Wofford at the last second got her handed on the basketball and deflected it out. So they'll say it stays with Mountain Home with 2:54 to go in the fourth quarter or first quarter of play. Left wing Martin catches. She's going to release into a 3 and get it to go. Emma Martin gave it in the corner to Addison Yates. She quickly made a pass back to Martin, who was freed up for 3. It's 7-4 Mountain Home. 2:40 to go in the opening quarter of play. Pena dribbles it out right wing. Dribble handoff right side finds Woodruff. Top of the key, she gives to Daniels. Daniels into the lane. Jump stop. Layup on the way, no good. And the rebound goes down to Mountain Home and Addison Yates. The Raiders are ice cold from the field to begin this game. 7-4 Mountain Home with 2:20 to go in the opening quarter of basketball. Top of the key, Kate Gilbert, guarded by Wakiria Daniels. She drives in from the right side. Good defense being applied by Daniels. Throws it up in the lane, no good. Excellent on-ball defense by Daniels. Rebound goes down to Eaton. She'll push into the front court. Eaton at the top of the key, runs over a defender, and we're going to have a charging foul. Leah Jackson stood in the way of Alana Eaton. Eaton picks up her first personal foul. And Eaton thought about stopping at the top of the key and releasing from three. Instead took it inside. And her better bet probably would have been to just pull it at the top of the key. Now she has her first foul. Team's third. 7-4 Mountain Home here in the opening quarter of play. 2 minutes to go in the opening quarter as right side Leah Jackson will catch on the wing. She finds Foreman at the free throw line. Back out in the corner right side to Yates from 18 feet away. She jams with her right foot as Eaton extends both arms out to guard her. Yates backs it out right wing. 1:40 to go in the opening quarter of play. Short corner right side Martin. Picked up by Briley Pena. Top of the key Foreman. Dribbles into the free throw line. She'll pick up the bounce. Go top of the key Yates. Yates holds at the right knee. Mountain Home playing stall ball. That's one of the things that Coach Kayla Livingston and Ty Huggins talked about yesterday with the Raiders, is that when Mountain Home came to Nettleton, they tried to hold the ball as much as possible, and they wanted to not let Mountain Home set up in the half court, but they're doing it here. It's left side, they're going to drive in the hands of Kate Gilbert. She gets it to go off the glass. 9-4 Bombers, 1:11 to go, opening quarter of play. Woodruff working across the timeline, finds Pena at the free throw line. She'll back it out on the right wing. Now top of the key, Woodruff holds it chest high. Leaves on the bounce for Tylee Watford Bird. Elbow fine for Bird. Now gives it off to Woodruff back top of the key with 55 seconds to go in the opening quarter of play. Top side, Woodruff will give it off to Briley Pena after they couldn't work it into Tylee Watford Bird. Now Pena driving in the corner, left side, finds Woodruff. Takes a few bounces and finds Eaton top of the key. 43 seconds to go in the opening quarter of play. Eaton dribbles it out with the right hand here around a side ball screen from Tylee Watford Bird. Eaton going to rise and fire from three, right wing, and fill it up. A big-time three ball for Ilana Eaton as she pushes the Raiders to within two. It's 9-7 in the closing seconds of this opening quarter of basketball. 23 seconds to go in the opening quarter as Mountain Home to work it across the timeline. Right corner, Yates has it. She's met by a double team. She'll back it out and give top of the key to Kate Gilbert. 12 seconds of counting to go in the opening quarter of play. Mountain Home appears to be content to hold for the final shot. Gilbert around a ball screen, steps into a jumper. She was looking for a foul call, got none. Rebound goes down to Alana Eaton. Half-court heave at the buzzer is partially blocked. And there was a lot of contact. They didn't call a foul, and that will do it for one quarter of basketball. The score after one, Mountain Home 9, Nettleton 7. Alana Eaton has all 7 of the Raiders' points after one quarter of play. She made a big right wing three ball in the closing seconds to pull the Raiders to within a possession. She has 7 points and 2 rebounds. Meanwhile, Mountain Home is led by Kate Gilbert, 6 points. They will begin the second quarter of play with a basketball as Emma Martin catches in the backcourt. She'll walk it across the giant Russellville Cyclone logo at center floor. Pena, Eaton, Bird, Daniels, Woodruff, the lineup on the floor for the Raiders. Just joining us, Daly Dacus got into foul trouble in the opening quarter of play. She subbed out with about 3 minutes to go and is yet to re-enter the basketball game. The Raiders get a deflection as right side, the Mountain Home trying to work it into Anna Grace Foreman. Alana Eaton deflected it out of bounds, and Mountain Home will be inbounding underneath their own hoop. Foreman catches right side, gives it top of the key Martin. Martin into the free throw line. She'll pick up the bounce. Back out right wing. It goes in the hands of Kate Gilbert, who's picked up by Briley Pena. Gilbert, top of the key, leaves it for Reagan Hasselwander. Now back to Gilbert. In the corner, right side in the hands of Martin. She spots for three, no good. And the rebound goes down to Alana Eaton, her third of the night. Eaton to lead the charge into the front court. Eaton, top of the key, driving in. Oh my gosh, are you serious? They're going to call a charging foul against Alana Eaton. Emma Martin was moving before Alana Eaton ever made contact with her. Martin was moving the whole way, and now Alana Eaton has 2 fouls. The second one was definitely not a foul, and the first one was very questionable. And Coach Jason Smith, red in the face on the Raiders sideline, he is not happy. His best player is going to have to go to the bench with 2 fouls. Emma Martin, right wing, is guarded by Briley Pena. She'll leave it a bounce feed inside to Anna Grace Foreman. Foreman gets away with the walk. Now Foreman, no, she doesn't. They finally get her for the walk as she was trying to turn around against Tylee Watford Bird. They could have got her for about 10 seconds. They finally blow the whistle and get it. And the Raiders will get it across the timeline. 7 minutes to go, second quarter of play. Top of the key, Woodruff finds Pena on the right wing. Bird trying to post up. That's being denied by Anna Grace Foreman. Back out left wing it goes Woodruff. Woodruff into the free throw line. She'll give it a bounce feed right side Eliani. Eliani curls into the stride. Back out left wing in the hands of Daniels. Daniels shovel feed top of the key Pena with 6:40 to go second quarter of play. Pena in the corner left side finds Eliani. Right wing, it's in the hands of Woodruff. Woodruff finds Bird inside. One-on-one post up against Foreman. Throws it up off the glass. Strong, no good. And the rebound goes down to Leah Jackson. Here come the Bombers into the front court. Gilbert down the right side of the floor. Guarded by Wakiria Daniels. Daniels goes under a ball screen to stay on Gilbert with 6:23 to go in the second. Gilbert holds at the right hip. Daniels a couple of steps off her here in the man-to-man defense being applied by the Raiders. Gilbert left wing will swing it top of the key. Anna Grace Foreman. Foreman on the wing right side. Martin in the free throw line. Foreman pulls up. It was long, but she got the bounce off the backboard, and it's 11-7. Mountain Home with the lead. 6:02 to go in the second quarter of play as Woodruff catches right wing. She'll dribble it out top of the key. Alternating dribble hands. Coach Jason Smith yells out the play call on the Raiders sideline. Right wing Pena has it on the wing, being guarded by Kate Gilbert. Short corner right side, it finds Daniels. Now Daniels finds Woodruff left block. Woodruff will give it off to Tylee Wofford. Turnaround gun, right block, count it. It's good and she's fouled. She'll go to the line for one more. Excellent bounce feed by Travia Woodruff. She picks up her first assist of the night, and Tylee Wofford a chance to get point number 3 at the free throw line upcoming. So Alana Eaton, after sitting momentarily with the 2 fouls, will be back in the ball game. Bird with a chance to cut this to an 11-10 game. Rims out, and the rebound goes down to Anna Grace Foreman. It's Eaton, Daniels, Pena, Bird, and Eliani the lineup on the floor for Nettleton. Eaton playing with the 2 fouls here. So she's got to be careful the final 5.5 minutes of the second quarter of play. Emma Martin left wing, guarded by Briley Pena. Leaves it a bounce feed, top of the key, Anna Grace Foreman. Foreman, dribble handoff, right side to Kate Gilbert. Gilbert back out on the wing. 3 ball is up, and it is good. Emma Martin with her second 3 of the game. It's 14-9. Bombers out on top. Pena dribble handoff finds Daniels top of the key. She'll leave it chest high for Alana Eaton with 5:05 to go in the second quarter of play. Eaton left wing finds Pena. Pena goes opposite of the ball screen. Drives inside. Initiates contact. Shot up no good. Rebound goes down to Anna Grace Foreman inside. Foreman fighting for the loose ball with Alana Eaton. And, well, I hope they're going to call a jump ball. They are. Possession arrow points toward the Raiders. So Nettleton will stay with it with 4:54 to go in the second quarter of play. And the way they've kind of called the game in terms of with Alana Eaton today, you thought that might have been a foul call, but they call the jump ball. Eaton will stay in, inbounding underneath the Raider hoop. She lobs it top of the key, trying to go Bird. Bird tries to save it from going over and back. She does to Wakiria Daniels, top of the key. Right wing Pena catches, goes in the corner, right side Eaton. Being face guarded by Emma Martin. Eaton looking to take Martin off the bounce. Nothing to do it. Now bounce feed top of the key finds Pena. Pena in the lane. Throws it up with the left hand. It's up and good. Assist Eaton. Bucket Pena. Briley's on the board for the first time tonight as Alana Eaton records her first assist. It's 14-11. Mountain Home with the lead here in the second quarter of play. 4:28 to go in the second. It's Mountain Home to push it across the timeline in the hands of Emma Martin. Martin dribbles it down to the right wing. Pena will step over to guard her. Nearing the halfway mark of the opening half of play. Martin will hand it off on the right side to Leah Jackson, who's guarded by Layla Eliani. Jackson jabs with the right foot. Now right wing, it's in the hands of Emma Martin. Martin to a spin move against Pena. Now back out on the wing right side, he goes to Gilbert. Gilbert inside to Foreman. Foreman met by a double team, and they're going to call her for a walk. Great defense being applied by Tylee Wofford and Layla Eliani in the double team. They forced the turnover, and the Raiders will get it back in a one-possession game with 3:59 to go in the second quarter of play. Dacus is back on with the 2 fouls. So the starting lineup back on the floor. Daniels, Pena, Eaton, Dacus, and Woodruff to line up on the floor. Right side Eaton catches off a feed from Pena. Now Eaton going to rise and fire 18 feet away. Short arms it no good off the right side of the rim. And the rebound goes down to Anna Grace Foreman. Foreman in the backcourt will give it off to Emma Martin. She'll initiate the offense into the front court for the Lady Bombers as Martin dribbles left wing against Pena. Martin looking to take Pena off the bounce inside. She'll pick up the bounce. Great on-ball defense being applied by Briley Pena. And they're going to call a foul call against number 3. Going to say Pena reached in and her on-ball defense. And she picks up her first personal as the Bombers to go to inbound underneath their own hoop. Kate Gilbert's inbounded in. Left wing in the hands of Emma Martin. Martin, top of the key to Addison Yates. She got away with a walk, but it didn't matter. It's stolen away by Wakiria Daniels. Daniels leads the charge into the front court, all the way to the cup. Shot sent back. Ball will go out of bounds, and Nettleton will have it inbounding underneath their own hoop. 3:20 to go in the second quarter of play. 14-11. Mountain Home with the lead as Nettleton has not led it since it was 2-0 for about 3 or 4 minutes there in the opening quarter of play. Eaton along the baseline to inbound, gets it in left wing, Briley Pena. Pena shovels it off top of the key, Woodruff. 3:15 and counting to go, second quarter of play. Woodruff all the way to the cup, throws it up. It's good. She's fouled and will go to the line for one more. Strong take from Travia Woodruff to the cup. She has a chance to tie us up at 14 all in the second quarter as she was fouled on her way to the basket. Call the foul on Addison Yates, her first personal. And Woodruff will be at the free throw line with a chance to tie us up at 14 all. 2 points, 1 assist, 1 steal for Woodruff. Looking to get to 3 points here, and she can't. Rebound, however, is fought for. Dacus trying to save it from going out of bounds. She'll throw it out. Great defense or great play by Daly Dacus trying to save the possession, but it wasn't meant to be as Mountain Home will inbound along the sideline across from their own bench, but not before we get a timeout. I don't think Coach Jason Smith, I don't think he wanted to call for a timeout. As I think one of the officials misunderstood one of his play call signals, that he was not wanting to call for a timeout, but just went ahead and did it. As Raiders with now 5 timeouts left. There's a 30-second timeout, 14-13. Mountain Home with the lead over Nettleton. Glad you're with us for the 2020 state semifinal round here in Russellville. The Raiders looking to punch their ticket to the 2020 state finals for the first time in program history. Out of the Nettleton timeout, Mountain Home will send Addison Yates along with Emma Martin, Kate Gilbert, Anna Grace Foreman, and Leah Jackson on the floor. Meanwhile, for Nettleton, it's Natasha Oliver who's in for the first time tonight, along with Travia Woodruff, Briley Pena, Wakiria Daniels, and Daly Dacus. The lineup on the floor for Nettleton. Emma Martin to work it across with 3 minutes to go in the second quarter of play. Pena on her in the man-to-man. Gilbert handoff right side. Martin goes to Gilbert, who's guarded top of the key by Daniels. Gilbert looking to beat Daniels off the bounce, rises and fire on a jumper from the free throw line, up and no good. The weak side rebound goes down to Woodruff, her first of the night. Good defense by Daniels. Woodruff leads the charge into the front court. Had Natasha Oliver streaking down the left side of the floor, trying to find her on a bounce feed and overthrows her along the baseline out of bounds. So Mountain Home will inbound with the length of the floor to go. As Emma Martin to bring it across for the Bombers. 2:40 to go, second quarter of play in a 1-point game. 14-13, Mountain Home with the lead. Every game between these two this year has been fairly low scoring, and the story is no different here. Left wing Martin has him work at top of the key to Addison Yates. Yates short corner right side to Gilbert. She releases on a 3-ball. That's up and no good. 5 for the rebound underneath, and we're going to have a foul call going against Daly Dacus. Dacus the whole way was going to force the jump ball with Emma Martin. Both of them had possession of it, and rather than make the jump ball call, they wait until Martin had rolled over and Dacus committed the foul. There was a good 5 seconds they could have made the jump ball call, and they instead choose to make the foul call against Daly Dacus, her third of the night. Now Mountain Home out of the inbound tee will release on a 3-ball on the right wing, up and no good. And top of the key, it's in the hands of Gilbert. She tries to go inside, stolen away by Briley Pena, her first steal of the night. Pena leads the charge in the front court, sidesteps into the lane, shot up, count it, it's good. She's fouled and will go to the line for one more. Blocking foul called against Mountain Home, and the Raiders have taken the lead for the first time since it was 2-0 in the opening stages of this opening quarter of play. 15-13, a chance to add on one more at the free throw line. Foul on Jackson, her first personal. Pena bends, fires on the free throw. It's up and good. She's got 5 points on the night, 1 rebound and the steal, and it's 16-14 Lady Raiders with 2 minutes to go in the second quarter of play. Kate Gilbert down the right side of the floor, guarded by Wakiria Daniels. She'll leave it top of the key to Martin as Pena ranges over to guard her. Martin dribbles with the right hand with 1:50 to go in the second quarter of play. Outstretched arms of Pena remain on her. Martin in the lane. Fall away jumper up and no good. 5 for the rebound. Foreman is able to chase down the miss in the corner right side. It'll stay with Mountain Home as Martin holds it right side. Waist high against Pena. Looking to take her off the bounce. Now we'll shell it off to Foreman. Good on-ball defense being applied by Tylee Watford in the corner right side. Martin catches. She goes around a ball screen. Pena goes under to stay on her. Right wing Yates trying to lob inside to Anna Grace Foreman. Good on-ball defense being applied by Travia Woodruff and Tylee Watford. Woodruff deflects it out of bounds, and Mountain Home will stay with it, but Now before Woodruff and a great heads-up play on the defensive end. So Mountain Home to inbound, Martin to trigger it in with 1:23 to go. And the opening half a play as Alana Eaton is going to come away with the steal. Eaton got the ball, threw it off the knee of Leah Jackson as she was falling out of bounds. And Nettleton will have it back with 1:22 to go in the opening half of play. What a play by Ilana Eaton. The Raiders will push it across the timeline. Top of the key, it's Woodruff with the basketball. She'll dribble it out, alternating dribble hands top side. 1:07 to go, second quarter of play. Mountain Home, and it's going to let the Raiders dribble it out. And they're in no hurry to come up and force the 5 count. We'll see if Nettleton wants to hold for the final shot of this second quarter of play. They've taken the lead back at 16-14 with 45 seconds and counting to go in this second quarter of action. Woodruff dribbles with the left hand. Eaton works up, and now Coach Jason Smith tells her to go back down to the corner. It appears the Raiders are going to hold for the final shot of this opening half of play. Woodruff dribbles with the right hand. 30 seconds and counting to go in the opening half. Mountain Home guarding in a man-to-man as they have most of the night. 16-14, Nettleton with the lead. Mountain Home led it 9-7 after one quarter of play. Now with 17 seconds to go, the Raiders will go. Dribble handoff, left wing, finds Pena. Pena has a ball screen waiting for Eaton. Goes around at right side. Pena driving the lane, throws up the shot. No good, but we're going to have a blocking foul called against Mountain Home. And Briley Pena will be at the free throw line for 2 shots upcoming. Emma Martin picks up the foul, her first personal. And, well, actually, they're going to say it was on the floor. They're going to grant Briley the act of shooting, so Nettleton will go to inbound underneath their own hoop. Right side, Woodruff catches. Gives off to Eaton, top of the key. She'll release on a 3 ball. Up, no good. Rebound, Bird. Put back in the lane. It's up and good. She beats the buzzer of the second quarter of play, and it's 18-14 Nettleton after one half of basketball. What a play from Tylee Watford-Bird. The Raiders go into the locker room at half with some momentum. 16 minutes for 32 more as Mountain Home to inbound to start the second half of play. Emma Martin to bring it across the timeline, picked up by Briley Pena. Dribble handoff on the weave, finds Kate Gilbert, who's picked up by Alana Eaton, top of the key. Gilbert throws in the lane to Anna Grace Foreman. Back out right side. It's in the hands of Emma Martin. Now Martin loses the ball in the lane, stolen away by Travia Woodruff. Daly Dacus comes away with it as the Raiders push into the front court. Here comes Pena, leads left side for Wakiria Daniels. Daniels looking to drive the baseline. She's cut off and will throw it out top of the key to Travia Woodruff. She dribbles with the right hand. With 7:29 to go, third quarter of play. Right wing Daniels, dribble weave handoff, finds Pena. Pena in the corner, right side, finds Eaton. Spots for 3 and fills it up. Alana Eaton up to 10 points on the night. Briley Pena with the assist. Her first of the night. The Raiders out to their largest lead at 21-14 to begin the third quarter of play. What a find from Briley Pena. Top of the key, Anna Grace Foreman going to walk with the basketball. Foreman had a wide open lane, got a little bit too excited, shuffled her feet, top of the key, and Mountain Home needs a timeout. 21-14, Nettleton with the lead, 7:06 to go in the third quarter of play, and we'll step aside, 30 seconds with them. What a start for the Lady Raiders in this third quarter of play. Alana Eaton knocks down a 3 ball off a Briley Pena assist. The Raiders force a walk on the defensive end, and Mountain Home had to call a timeout as Alana Eaton will be receiving the inbound feed from Briley Pena from about 60 feet away. And in the Eaton in the backcourt, it's Eaton, Pena, Woodruff, Dacus, and Daniels, the lineup on the floor. A good Raider crowd that's on hand has spit on their feet for the first minute of this third quarter of plays. Eaton catches top of the key off the feet from Briley Pena. Now she'll back it up and set the Raiders up in their offense. Dribbles with the right hand and directs traffic with the left. Pena works to get it right wing. Now Eaton will go around a ball screen from Pena. In the corner right side, Dacus quickly back to Eaton on the right side. Eaton going to take Anna Grace Foreman off the bounce all the way to the cup. Shot won't go, and they're going to call a charging foul. Eaton has 3 fouls on the night. All have been charging fouls. That's her third personal, and Coach Jason Smith is going to keep her in the ball game, it would appear, with those 3 fouls. Her and Daly Dacus both with 3 fouls as Mountain Home to work it across the timeline. Down the left side of the floor, Gilbert guarded by Wakiria Daniels. We have a foul call underneath as Travia Woodruff got knocked down trying to fight through a screen. It's a moving screen going against Anna Grace Foreman, her second personal foul. And Nettleton will have it back as Woodruff, top of the key, dribbles it out with the right hand. With 6:15 to go in the third quarter of play. Right wing Pena around a ball screen from Wakiria Daniels. Swing it left side of the wing to Travia Woodruff. Woodruff dribbles into the left elbow. Back out Daniels, top of the key. Daniels right wing finds Alana Eaton. Eaton holds the ball above her head. Finds Pena left side. Goes to a head fake. Pena pull up jumper. 18 feet away is up and good. Briley Pena up to 7 points on the night. Alana Eaton picks up her second assist. It's 23-14. Lady Raiders, their largest lead of the night. Chance of defense, ring out from the Raiders side. It's left wing Martin to bring it across. Guarded by Briley Pena. Top of the key, she'll find Foreman. Eaton about 3 steps off of her defensively. Now Foreman will give it off right side Gilbert. Gilbert looking to take Daniels off the bounce. Now she'll back it out top of the key with 5:35 to go in the third quarter of play. Gilbert will pick up the bounce. Leave top of the key, Anna Grace Foreman. Foreman holds above the head. Goes left wing Martin. Martin finds Foreman. Back on the roll down. Foreman at the cup is able to get it to go. Good little pick and roll for Mountain Home. They get on the board for the first time in this third quarter of play. It's 23-16. Now Eaton on the other end. Step back three. In the corner, right side. Spots for three and fills it up. 13 points for Alana Eaton. She gets the transition three ball to go. The Raiders out to a 10-point lead and 26-16. What an answer by number 23. It's Anna Grace Foreman, top of the key. She's going to try from three, and she banks it in. Well, that's about the second or third time tonight Mountain Home has banked in a shot, and it's 26-18. They said it was actually a 2-point field goal for the Bombers. As Raiders on the other end, Travia Woodruff's layup up and no good, and the rebound going to go down to Emma Martin. So Mountain Home to work it across. Right side Martin, guarded by Briley Pena. Looking to take her off the bounce. She's cut off, and now she'll dribble it out top of the key. Top of the key in the hands of Anna Grace Foreman it goes. She works at left wing Gilbert. Gilbert back out top side, Addison Yates. Yates, short corner right side, Jackson going to try her luck from three. Well, long, no good. Good job by Briley Pena. She just watches the ball roll out of bounds. And Nettleton will have it back with 4:21 to go in the third quarter of play. Alana E with the 3 fouls. She'll sub out. Tally Watford Bird will sub on. So 2 true bigs in the lineup now for the Raiders. It's Bird, Dacus, and the guards are Daniels, Woodruff, and Pena with 4:17 to go in the third quarter of play. Got to think the Eaton stint on the bench will be short-lived for Coach Jason Smith's squad. As Travia Woodruff alternates dribble hands, she dribbles down top of the key with Emily Payne to pick her up. 4:03 to go, third quarter of play. Left wing Woodruff met by a double team. Now she'll give it off top of the key in the hands of Briley Pena as Pena will give it off right wing to Woodruff, but not before Coach Jason Smith calls for a timeout. Not like what his team was doing there offensively, as Mountain Home nearly had a turnover off of forcing a double team along that left wing. And so Coach Jason Smith calls for a timeout on the Raiders sidelines. We remind you that we hope this is not the final broadcast of the season. Hopefully, the final broadcast of the season will come your way next Saturday. And if the Raiders are to advance today, they will play next Saturday morning at 11:30, probably 10:55 to 11 o'clock, somewhere in that pregame show time. And then an 11:30 tip-off from Bank OZK Arena in Hot Springs, Arkansas. 26-18, Nettleton with the lead, 3:56 to go, third quarter of play. As there's still a lot of time before the Raiders can begin making plans to go to Hot Springs. Daniels, Woodruff, Pena, Bird, Dacus, the lineup on the floor for Nettleton. Pena to inbound across from the Raider bench. Pena gets it in, top of the key to Travia Woodruff. She'll hold it high left wing at the very end of the Cyclone logo. Now Mountain Home is going to come up and force the 5 with Emily Payne. As Woodruff alternates dribble hands with 3:40 to go, third quarter of play. Woodruff high left wing. Payne will again come up to force the 5-second call. Woodruff lost her footing, but is able to stand back up without carrying the basketball. Now we're going to have a foul call going against the Lady Bombers. Emily Payne picks up the foul as she bumped into Travia Woodruff on her path down to the cup, and the Raiders will be inbounding at that same spot along the sideline across from their own bench. Woodruff, Pena, Bird, Daniels, Dacus, the lineup on the floor. As Dacus catches left side, finds Pena on the roll down. Pena to the cup, gets it to go. What a find by Daly Dacus. Caught Pena as she was rolling down to the cup, and the Raiders back out to a 10-point lead at 28-18. Excellent ball movement so far today in this one for Nettleton. Top of the key, Martin will dribble it over right side against Briley Pena in the half court. Martin picks up the bounce. Top of the key. Gilbert breaks to get it. She releases on a 3-ball. Short, no good, off front iron. And the rebound goes down to Tally Wofford Bird. Bird gives to Woodruff, and she'll work it across down the right side of the floor. 3 minutes to go in the third quarter of play. As Woodruff dribbles with the right hand. Now back out right wing Dacus. Dacus on a touch pass back to Woodruff. We'll back it out top of the key. Now Woodruff going to dribble in circles. Find Pena on the wing left side. Pena in the lane. Back out Dacus. Top of the key. They'll find Daniels. Now back it out to Woodruff left side. With 2:43 to go. Now Woodruff wrap around feed Daniels. Momentarily left open. Good job by Emma Martin to take it away. Dribble handoff right side finds Pena with 2:35 to go in the third quarter of play. Pena dribbles it down top of the key. Going against the guard of Kate Gilbert. Right wing Woodruff will give it back to Pena, who holds out the right hip top side. Not for long as Gilbert comes up to force the 5-second call, or 5-second count. Dribble handoff left side finds Daniels. Back out to Woodruff with 2:17 to go in the third quarter of play. Little prevent offense here for the Raiders. Right wing Dacus will work at top of the key to Briley Pena. 28-18. Nettleton with a 10-point lead. As Pena drives in left side, she gets bumped, lost the ball, and we'll have a foul call going against Mountain Home. And it should go against Anna Grace Foreman. And if it does, that will be her third personal. And they will indeed call it against her third. So a short-lived stay on the bench for Alana Eaton. She'll sub back on. It's Eaton, Pena, Bird, along with Daniels and Eliani, the lineup on the floor for Nettleton. Alana Eaton to inbound across from the Raider bench. She lobs it in left wing Bird. Bird top of the key Pena with 2 minutes to go, third quarter of play. 28-18. Eaton dribbles it out top side against Emma Martin. And we're going to have a reach-in foul going against Martin. The Raiders are playing the game that Mountain Home played in both of the matchups this year. Just dribbling it out, hoping that Mountain Home will commit frustration fouls. They've done that so far. So right wing Pena dribbles it out top of the key with 1:45 to go, third quarter play. She tried to get it to Alana Eaton in the corner right side. Eaton was on the deck. She got tripped up. There was no call, and Pena just throws it out of bounds along the baseline. So a short-lived stay for Alana Eaton. She'll go back to the bench and take the first seat right next to assistant coach Ty Huggins. Well, Kyrie Daniels, Briley Pena, Layla Eliani, Tally Wofford Bird, Daly Dacus line up on the floor for the Raiders. Addison Yates, top of the key. She'll swing it right wing. 3-ball up. No good for Emma Martin. And we're going to have a foul call going against the Raiders. And that was a great sell by Anna Grace Foreman. And NBA level sell for Foreman on the foul call. It goes against Tally Wofford Bird on the fight for the rebound, her first personal. And Kate Gilbert will be inbounding underneath the Bomber basket. Now she'll switch out, and Foreman will go to inbound in place of her with 1:33 to go in the third quarter of play. Foreman holds the ball up overhead, goes in the corner right side. Gilbert, she tries her luck from three, no good. Rebound in the lane is deflected. It'll go to the Raiders. Dacus nearly had it, and then it was deflected from behind by Addison Yates out of bounds, and Nettleton will have it back. Alana Eaton will come on, and I think what they're trying to do with ease, since she has the 3 fouls, is go offense for defense whenever they can. She's back on for this offensive possession to inbound the ball with Eliani, Woodruff, Daniels, and Bird joining her on the floor. Eaton on a bounce feed inbound goes to Travia Woodruff with 1:25 to go in the third quarter of play. Woodruff with the left hand to work it across the timeline for the Raiders. She'll alternate dribble hands, top of the key as Mountain Home comes up to force a double team. Woodruff, left elbow, Eliani, out left side, Daniels, spots for 3 and fills it up. Daniels gets on the board for the first time tonight. Eliani records the assist, her first of the night. It's 31-18. Nettleton with the lead here in this one. 1:08 to go in the third quarter of play as a bench warning is assessed to Nettleton. Daniels just hit a big 3. The Raider bench erupted in celebration, and apparently that now warrants a bench warning. Travia Woodruff, Tally Wofford Bird, Kyrie Daniels, Briley Pena, Daly Dacus line up on the floor. Eliani and Eaton will sub out with 1:05 to go in the third quarter of play. 31-18 Raiders with the lead, their largest of the night. Top of the key, Addison Yates. She'll swing it left wing in the hands of Kate Gilbert. She rises on a 3, no good. Rebound is fought for. It goes out of bounds, and they'll say last touch by Nettleton as Bird and Anna Grace Foreman were fighting for possession of the basketball underneath the hoop, and we'll see Natasia Oliver come on now for the Raiders in place of Tally Wofford Bird. Oliver, Pena, Woodruff, Dacus, and Daniels, the lineup on the floor here for Nettleton. Emma Martin to inbound underneath the basket. Gets into the corner left side. Kate Gilbert. Gilbert in the lane on a wraparound feed. Left block finds Yates. Yates in traffic. Throws it up. No good. Rebound is batted around and goes down to Travia Woodruff. Her second of the night. 43 seconds to go. Third quarter of play. Woodruff to work it across the timeline. 31-18. Nettleton with the lead. Bounce feed right side finds Daniels on the wing. She holds at the right hip. Pena breaks to get it out top of the key. Pena being tightly guarded by Kate Gilbert. Pena giving off left side to Daly Dacus, who swings at top of the key. Woodruff around a ball screen from Daniels top of the key as Pena breaks out to get it top side. 20 seconds to go, third quarter of play. Pena works around a ball screen, goes left wing Dacus. Now top of the key, Woodruff comes to hold it at the right hip. Woodruff met by a double team, finds Dacus, running the baseline, gets it to go, high off the glass. A double team drew in on Travia Woodruff. She found a wide open Daly Dacus. Woodruff's second assist of the night, and the Raiders lead at 33-18. Shot at the buzzer, up and no good for Mountain Home, and that will do it for 3 quarters of play. 8 minutes away from 32 more, 33-18. Raiders with the lead. Raiders begin the fourth quarter of play with a basketball. Woodruff dribbles and circles into the free throw line. She's met by a double team, lost control of it, and then she was on the ground trying to recover the basketball, and Coach Jason Smith, seeing she was in distress, called for a timeout on that Raiders sideline. So Nettleton led in scoring by Lana Eaton, 13 points. Again, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 steal after 3 quarters of play. 9 points for Briley Pena to go along with 1 rebound, 1 assist, and 1 steal for the Raiders. 4 points for Tylee Watford. She also has 2 rebounds in the game. 3 for Wakiria Daniels. She has 1 rebound. 2 for Travia Woodruff, who has 2 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals, and 2 for Daly Dacus, who also has a rebound and an assist. Mountain Home, meanwhile, 6 for Anna Grace Foreman and Kate Gilbert, 3 for Leah Jackson and Emma Martin. It was a 15-4 third quarter of play in favor of the Lady Raiders. Riley Pena, Lana Eaton, Travia Woodruff, Tylee Watford, and Wakiria Daniels line up on the floor for Nettleton. Left wing Woodruff dribbles it out with the right hand at the top of the key. She'll pick up the bounce. Woodruff going to have it stripped and stolen away from behind. Now by Kate Gilbert. Gilbert in the front court. Gives it off to Yates, top of the key. Yates will work it right side, Anna Grace Foreman. Short corner right side, it goes Jackson. She's guarded by Travia Woodruff. Jackson to a ball swipe. She'll go in the corner right side in the hands of Addison Yates. Yates guarded by Bird. Now swing it right wing in the hands of Emma Martin. She rises on a 3, no good, and the rebound goes down to Briley Pena. Pena to push into the front court. Pena all the way to the cup, throws up the layup, no good, but she's fouled and will go to the line for 2 shots. Chance to add on to that 33-18 lead after a strong take to the basket. Call the foul against Leah Jackson. That's her second personal foul. And Briley Pena to the free throw line for 2 shots here for the Raiders. Chance to get to double-digit scoring, and she does just that. She has 10 points on the night, so it's the 27th game this year. The Raiders have had at least 2 double-digit scores in a contest. 10 points for Pena, make it 11. She knocks down both. 35-18, Nettleton with the lead. 7:12 to go in the fourth quarter of basketball. As Kate Gilbert brings it up down the left side of the floor. She's going by Wakiria Daniels. Gilbert looking to take Daniels off the bounce. Goes to a spin move, throws it up, left block, shot up and good. So Gilbert with 8 points on the night as the Raiders look to bring it across the timeline. Lana Eaton finds Pena in the front court. She'll hold it left wing. Now Pena dribbles in between the legs left side. She's met by a double team. Pena picks up the bounce. Leaves on the bounce down left side, Daniels. Daniels to a ball swipe. Back to Pena at the top of the key. She holds it at the right hip as Pena looking to drive in right side. We're going to have a foul call going against Mountain Home. Call the blocking foul against Leah Jackson, so that'll be her 3rd personal. And we'll see Nettleton inbound the basketball. 16 foul for Mountain Home. The next foul will put the Raiders in the bonus for the remainder of the game. Riley Pena to inbound it in front of the Raider bench. She'll leave it right wing for Travia Woodruff, who dribbles it out with the left hand. Woodruff met by a double team top of the key. Good on-ball pressure being applied by Mountain Home, but it's really gotten them nothing so far in the fourth quarter of play. The Raiders have played smart and disciplined basketball. Top of the key, Bird swings it right wing to Pena. Pena back out left wing in the hands of Travia Woodruff. At the free throw line, it goes to Bird. Bird back out Pena. Jabs with the right foot. Now Pena looking to drive in from the left side. She gets cut off, and now we'll work it top of the key to Travia Woodruff. Woodruff met by a double team top of the key, and she's going to be fouled from behind. Looks like they're going to get Emma Martin for the foul. As It'll be her 4th personal foul. Martin was in on the scene with Emily Payne. And it'll send Travia Woodruff to the free throw line. She'll shoot the 1-1. As the Raiders have been pretty good from the free throw line today. They're 5 of 6 in the game. They'll be 5 of 7 as Bird tries to come down with the rebound off the missed free throw. And they're going to call Tiley for the foul from behind. So that'll be her 2nd personal foul. And it'll be the 3rd team foul for Nettleton. 15-point game, 35-20. Lady Raiders out on top. Emma Martin to bring it across for Mountain Home. Works down the left side of the floor where she's guarded by Briley Payne. Top of the key in the hands of Emily Payne, who swings it right wing Foreman. She rises on a 3, and they're going to call her for a walk beforehand. As she was trying to get set, they say she shuffled both feet, and Nettleton will have it back with about 3/4 of the court to go. Eden to inbound along the sideline. Eden gets it into Pena in the backcourt. 5:55 to go in the 4th quarter of play. Pena with the right hand, working across the timeline, finds Eden on the left wing. Eden dribbling it out amidst the double team. Back to Pena, top of the key. Pena holds right hip with 5:40 to go in the 4th quarter of play. Pena picked up defensively by Emily Payne. Left wing Eden finds Bird at the top of the key. Now back out Briley Pena on the right wing. Pena is guarded by Payne. Back to Bird at the free throw line. Daniels was left open in the corner, but they missed her. As left side, Eden will go to Daniels in the corner, left side. Daniels trying to leave it on a bounce feed to Briley Payne, top of the key. It's deflected and stolen away by Kate Gilbert. Here is Gilbert into the front court, driving in along the left side as Gilbert started her path along the right at about the free throw line. She reversed left as Briley Pena kind of got lost trying to keep up with her, and Pena reaches down to commit the foul from behind, her 2nd personal. So Mountain Home to the line for 2 shots, looking to make this a 13-point game. First free throw up and good for Kate Gilbert. So she has 9 points, a chance to become the first Bomber to get into double-digit scoring with a free throw make here. Can also make it 35-22 the score. Bends and fires in the free throw, up and no good. Eden comes down with her 4th rebound of the night. Eden in the backcourt finds Pena, who works it up along the right side of the floor. Pena left wing Woodruff in the corner, left side Daniels. Good close out by Anna Grace Foreman. Takes away a 3 ball as Daniels now works the top of the key to Briley Pena. Pena with the left hand. Will dribble over on the left wing, give it off to Woodruff. Woodruff gets pushed. We're going to have a late foul call as Leah Jackson just kind of shoved Travia as soon as she got the basketball. And it took them a few seconds to blow the whistle, but they call it on Jackson, her 4th personal, and Woodruff will go to the free throw line for the 1-1. She has 2 points on the night, and she has missed both of the Raiders' free throws tonight. She's 0-2 from the free throw line. Looking to right some wrongs here and put that Raider lead back out to 37-21. Bends at the knees, fires in the free throw. That's up and no good. And the rebound goes down to Anna Grace Foreman. Foreman will give it off right side to Emma Martin, and Martin is overthrown by Foreman. Good job by the Raiders as Anna Grace Foreman just overthrew Martin. And Nettleton will have it back with 5 minutes to go in the 4th quarter of play. Tylee Watford-Bird is set to inbound. Briley Pena, Alana Eden, Layla Liani, and Wakiria Daniels, the rest of the lineup on the floors. Bird lobs in the backcourt to Alana Eden. She'll work it across with her right hand. Eden dribbles into a double team. Now trying to go in the lane. It's stolen away by Anna Grace Foreman. Here come the Bombers into the front court. Right side, Martin releases on a 3-ball. Well short, no good. Mountain Home saves the rebound, and then it was Anna Grace Foreman that saved it then to Addison Yates. Now Yates, top side triple, won't go. Rebound Pena, and she gets fouled. Riley Pena picks up her 2nd rebound of the night. And she got fouled trying to advance into the front court. So Pena with a chance to go to the free throw line and extend that Raider lead out with 4:42 to go in the 4th quarter of play, but not before Coach Jason Smith over on the Raider sideline calls for a full timeout. Riley Pena knocks down the first of 2 free throws, so it's 36-21 Nettleton with 4:42 to go in the 4th quarter of play. She has one more upcoming at the free throw line. Bends and fires on the free throw. It's up and good. So Briley up to 13 points in the game. 37-21. Nettleton with the lead as Emma Martin to work it across the timeline. Martin guarded by Pena on the right wing. She alternates dribble hands, goes around a ball screen from Anna Grace Foreman. Now Martin, nothing doing. Foreman comes to bail her out, high right wing. Back to Martin, short corner right side, who's guarded by Briley Pena. Martin dribbles into the free throw line. Pull-up jumper up and no good. Rebound goes down to Anna Grace Foreman. Foreman's hook shot in the lane, no good. And Eliani comes down with the rebound off the cylinder left side. 37-21. Briley Pena looking to beat the full court pressure into the front court. Finds Daniels on the left wing. Now go right side, Eaton. Eaton drives inside. Shot up. It's good. Will they count it? There was a foul going against Mountain Home, and are they going to count the shot or say it was on the floor? They're going to call the foul on Emma Martin. That was her 5th personal foul, and they're going to say it was on the floor as Eaton was trying to gather and go up. Martin reached down to commit the foul. It was awfully close, but Eaton will have a chance to get 2 regardless here at the free throw line. That was the 10th team foul going against Mountain Home. And now the officials meeting to discuss something near center floor. And that was awfully close to being a shooting foul. And actually what they were talking about is that they're going to reverse the foul and call it on Anna Grace Foreman. So it won't be against Martin. She won't be fouled out. It'll be against Foreman, and that will be her 4th personal foul. So Eaton at the free throw line for 2 shots. Benson fires, opening free throw. It's up and good. Eaton with 14 points on the night as Daly Dacus will sub on for Tylee Wofford-Bird, who has given the Raiders some phenomenal minutes this week in Russellville. Eaton with 1 more upcoming. A chance to make this 39-21. Largest lead it's been all night as she sinks the free throw. Halfway mark of the 4th quarter of play as Mountain Home to work it across the timeline. Emma Martin alternates dribble hands, top of the key. She's picked up by Briley Pena, now swinging left wing in the hands of Kate Gilbert, who's guarded by Wakiria Daniels. Gilbert dribbles it out with the left hand with 3:50 to go in the 4th quarter of play. Gilbert right side, being defended by Wakiria Daniels. In the lane, throws it up, count it, it's good. She's fouled, and we'll go to the line for 1 more. Kate Gilbert got that fall-away jumper to go from just inside the right elbow. Wakiria Daniels picks up the foul, her 1st personal, as Addison Yates will sub on for Mountain Home. She'll replace Emily Payne. Tylee Wofford-Bird will sub on for the Raiders. She'll get Daly Dacus. So Bird, Eliani, Pena, Eaton, and Daniels line up on the floor for Nettleton. And 1 free throw pending for Kate Gilbert. Chance to make this 39-24, and she does. So a 15-point ball game as the Raiders to work it across in the hands of Briley Pena. Wide open path into the front court for Pena, who now holds it and dribbles down on the right wing. Pena being tightly guarded by Leah Jackson. As now she'll back it out to center floor. Top of the key, it's in the hands of Eliani. As Eliani was trying to go around a ball screen at the top of the key. Leah Jackson tried to front the ball screen, and when she did, she bumped chest with Layla Eliani. That will be her 5th personal foul. So Leah Jackson is done for the game. And we'll see Emily Payne come on from Mountain Home in place of Jackson. Layla Eliani, the 5'4 junior guard. She's yet to score in this one, but has a rebound and an assist. Will be at the free throw line for the Raiders for 2 shots. Mountain Home with 10-plus team fouls. Nettleton with just 5 in this 4th quarter of play as Eliani, or in the second half of play, I should say, as Eliani bends on the knees. Fires on the opening free throw. It's up and no good. 1 more upcoming for the 5'4 junior guard. Takes a deep bend, releases, count it. Eliani goes 1 of 2 from the free throw line, 40-24. Nettleton with the lead. She'll sub out. Alana Eaton will sub back in. Daniels, Pena, Eaton, Woodruff, Bird. The lineup on the floor here for Nettleton. Kate Gilbert down the right side of the floor with 3:20 to go in the 4th quarter of play. She's picked up by Daniels at the top of the key. Dribble handoff right side. Finds Emma Martin. Martin in the lane. Throws it up against Eaton. Shot no good. Rebound goes down to Anna Grace Foreman right block. Foreman at the free throw line. Finds Payne. And her jumper is up and good. Emily Payne on the board for the first time tonight. 40-26. Nettleton to work it across the timeline. Briley Pena finds Woodruff top of the key. Swing it right side Eaton. She was left open for 3, but the Raiders are just trying to run this clock down, so she didn't release on the 3. High right wing. Eaton met by a double team. Shovel feed back right wing. Woodruff. Yes, Woodruff will dribble it out now top of the key with 2:45 to go, 4th quarter of play. 40-26, Nettleton with the lead. Pena around a ball screen, top of the key from Alana Eaton. Now Pena dribbles it top side. She'll dribble in circles on the left wing. Yes, then Nettleton crowd on the opposite sideline from us applauds on. 2.5 minutes away from 1 more game for the Raiders. Right wing Woodruff will give it off to Alana Eaton top of the key. Eaton back on the left wing to Travia Woodruff. Cross-court feed finds Pena in the corner right side. Anna Grace Foreman reaches out to commit the intentional foul. And Briley Pena will go to the free throw line here for the Raiders. Pena has been great from the free throw line in this tournament as they call the foul on Anna Grace Foreman. That's her 5th personal foul. And Pena will be at the line for 2 free throws upcoming. 5 of 5 on the day for Briley. She was 8 of 9 yesterday from the free throw line, and she has a couple of more upcoming here. As Anna Grace Foreman will sub out, we'll see Abby Martin sub on for her for the Lady Raiders. With 2:14 to go in the 4th quarter of play. Briley Pena bends Anthony's, fires on the opening free throw. It's up and good. Briley Pena, 14 points on the night. It's 41-26. Nettleton with the lead here in the closing stages of the 2025 A-State semifinals. One more upcoming for Pena. It's up and good. 42-26, 2:14 to go, 4th quarter of play. Coach Jason Smith calls for a full timeout over on the Raiders sideline. This team is just over 2 minutes away from going to the state semifinals, or the state finals, I should say, for the first time in program history, as the Lady Raiders with the lead over Mountain Home, 42-26 here in this one. Glad you're with us on 94.1 FM, streaming online, BobFMJonesboro.com, and through the TuneIn app by searching for KIYS. Mountain Home to inbound with the length of the floor to go as Kate Gilbert working across the timeline with her right hand. Gilbert against Wakiria Daniels, swinging out in the corner, left side to Addison Yates. Yates drives the lane, shot up, no good. Rebound Eaton, her 5th of the night. Eaton will lead the charge in the front court all the way to the cup. It's up and good. An exclamation point on the afternoon for Alana Eaton. It's 44-26. Lady Raiders out on top. Under 2 minutes to go here in this one. Top of the key. Mountain Home with a basketball as it was Kate Gilbert looking to drive inside. She's going to be fouled by Wakiria Daniels. That's Daniels' second personal foul on the afternoon. And it'll send Mountain Home to inbound underneath their own hoop. Going in the corner right side, stolen away by Alana Eaton. Eaton with 2 steals now on the night. Link to the floor drive, high off the glass. The layup is good for Alana Eaton. Lady Raiders up their lead to 20, 46-26 in the closing stages here in Russellville this afternoon. 1:28 to go, 4th quarter of play. The Raiders are closing in on history. As top of the key, it's Emma Martin who tries her luck from 3. It's up and good. She has 6 on the night. 46-29, 1:13 to go in the game as Woodruff to work it across the timeline. In the corner left side, Daniels catches. Back out left wing Pena. She's guarded by Kate Gilbert. Pena, right side, finds Woodruff in the lane as Woodruff will now dribble it out top of the key for the Lady Raiders. Woodruff going to be fouled from behind by Emily Payne. And she'll be at the free throw line for 2 shots upcoming here for the Lady Raiders. What an effort by this team this whole week, this whole afternoon, this whole season. And it's about to culminate with something special next weekend in Hot Springs. So Woodruff's first free throw up and no good. Daniels, Eaton, Pena sub out. Oliver Bird, Woodruff, Jackson, and Demaria Daniels, the lineup on the floor for Nettleton with 58.8 seconds to go in the game. Next free throw up for Woodruff, no good. Rebound goes down to Kate Gilbert. She'll work it across down the right side of the floor. Now Gilbert, top of the key, going to release on a 3 ball. Up and no good. Rebound goes down to Demaria Daniels. Daniels will give it off to Travia Woodruff as Woodruff trying to advance it across the timeline. She's going to be fouled from behind by Kate Gilbert. Gilbert's first personal foul. Woodruff will go to the free throw line. She's yet to make a free throw, and she doesn't need to at this point. 46-29. She could go 0 for 2, and the result's not going to change, but she knocks down the opening free throw. She's got 3 points on the night. 3 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals for Travia Woodruff here in this one. Woodruff is the lone starter on the floor for Nettleton as Legarian Stevenson just subbed on. Eliani is awaiting at the scorer's table with 43.7 seconds to go in the 4th quarter of play. Sanaya Fowler will also hop off the bench as Woodruff knocks them both down at the free throw line. 48-29, Nettleton with the lead. Travia Woodruff gets a nice hug from Coach Jason Smith on the Raiders sideline, and it is more than in sight here from Russellville. Mountain Home to work it across the timeline in the hands of Emily Payne. She drives the baseline, throws up a runner, no good. Rebound goes down to the Bombers inside. Shot off the glass, up and good for Annie Norcross. And it's 48-31 now. Eliani in the backcourt, 25 seconds to go. Fourth quarter of play. Eliani to work it across the timeline. The Raider faithful rise to their feet. 17 seconds to go. Left side, Daniels catches. Appears Mountain Home will not play the foul game. 48-31. Daniels dribbles in circles. 8 seconds to go. Daniels drives in. Her shot no good. Rebound Stevenson. High off the glass. It's up and good. 1 second to go, and that will do it. For the first time in program history, the Raiders are headed to Hot Springs for the 2020 state championship game. 50-31, they win it today over the Mountain Home Bombers, as they will be playing for 32 more next weekend in Hot Springs. What an effort this afternoon for the Lady Raiders. They led it by double digits for most of the second half of play, and what a scene we have here in Russellville.